Oh yeah, yeah. That was
I think my favorite episode is one that you haven't seen yet. It's coming up in the beginning of the second half of season 4. I'll just leave it at that. Good things happen to Gata.
I can't pick. Sorry.
I would have to say that my favorite
Lame.
episode is the very first one we ever made, which was 33. My favorite. Except I haven't really seen the last one. But the last script is truly the gift of gifts. Ron Moore has really outdone himself with the finale on this show. I'm very proud to be a part of this show because this person really was able to carry it to the very end. God bless Ron Moore and all the writers.
My wife here thinks you are the sexiest character in the show. And I want to know, how could I do that when I get your age? Thank you.
Te voy a decir una cosa, es un honor y un placer estar aquí con ustedes. Muchísimas gracias por el honor. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. For all of you that are Spanish impaired, don't worry, okay? How can you, oh God, what an, honestly, man, you're doing a good job. Just take care of yourself and you'll make it, all right? Just make it to 61. I know I look good, hey. The 60s of today are like the 30s of 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It's midlife now instead of elder statehood. I'm right in the middle of it. I hope to be at least 110 to 120 years old. And if I don't make it to that, I'll die trying. But thank you for your kindness. Muchísimas gracias, de veras. Es un honor y un placer estar aquí con ustedes, de veras.
We have another question from down the front.
Okay, AJ, this one's for you.
Yeah, hi.
First of all, I've been asked to tell you by about half a dozen people how gorgeous your voice is.
It is.
How did you feel when you were finally asked to sing on the show? Did you ever expect it to come?
No, that was completely out of left field. I mean, how it started was, if I can remember, it was an offhand conversation with one of the writers. We were at dinner, and it just came up in conversation that I had done a degree about a decade ago in opera. And we joked about, oh, wouldn't it be funny if we had a musical episode, everyone singing kind of like cop rock or something. And I really didn't think anything of it after that, to be honest. And then we went up for our little 1-month hiatus after that. Our little summer break. When we came back from that break, there was a script at my door, and I thought actually that it was a joke. I thought that it was like a fake script someone had sent me. I had to read it over a couple of times, but sure enough, from the twisted mind of Michelangelo, we had this, what ended up being, I think, a beautiful moment of poor, maligned, misunderstood Felix Gata singing to his stump. He's got no women to sing to. He hasn't. What's that? It's your penis, right? Yeah. Wow. I see it. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, it was a surprise. It was a very, very pleasant surprise, and it was a special day on set. I know that the crew were a bit taken aback. I think they didn't really know what to expect, and so.
A question for this young man.
Yeah, Roger. There's a lot of obviously sci-fi films and TV series out there, obviously yours as well, but out of all those different sci-fi episodes and series, which one would you choose as a kind of cameo appearance, maybe as yourself or your character, and just to star maybe as a one-off episode?
Wow.
I didn't realize there was any other sci-fi on TV.
I have no idea.
I actually got to do a little cameo in a really cool project that will be coming out in a couple of years. It's a feature film of The Watchmen. It's a graphic novel. And it's by the team that did the 300. And I got to have a couple of days on that playing a, go figure, science technician, geeky guy. But having been a fan of the graphic novel when it came out, when I was younger, it was cool to be a part of that. That was pretty fun.
Actually, I think Blade Runner is the only thing I've ever done other than this one. I don't know if I could step into another. I said one thing at the very beginning, and I know that a lot of you have read about it. I find it very difficult when I have to pretend. So for me to be inside of a sci-fi show that had creatures or something like that, I'd find it a little difficult. So like I said at the very beginning, the first four-eyed monster I see come out on this program of Battlestar, I'm going to faint, and then I'm off the show. Because I really believe that what's driven this show has been the character study and the real drama, the real human drama, and the real positioning of what it would be like if this really happened. And there's a show that's coming up that Ron Moore and Michael Taylor are developing right now that I would like to step into and say, you know, be a part of. And that's called Virtuosity.
Virtuality.
Virtuality, excuse me, Virtuality. And it's coming, and hopefully they'll get to develop it. It's going to be done as a pilot, but it's an extraordinary script, and I think you'll find it all very, very, it's a wonderful program coming up.
I'm really excited about that very project as well. I think I've read it about 3 times now.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I hope it goes.
Eddie, how did you find the changing over to direction rather than the actual acting?
The question was? Actually, I like being a part of this industry. It's a privilege. And as I've developed, I've been very fortunate in being able to direct and to be able to act and be able to produce and be able to write. It's such an extraordinary experience, especially where I come from. I come from very different kind of beginnings that never led into doing this kind of work. And I must say that I enjoy everything. I really enjoy acting. It has led me into everything. So I think acting is probably the thing that I enjoy the most. But I'll tell you, directing is fantastic. It's such an extraordinary experience. And so I like it all. And I've been very fortunate to be able to do, I've directed Miami Vice, The American Family, which is another program that I was on, and I directed this show. I've been asked to direct other shows, but I haven't really wanted to. I really have to have an extraordinary amount of passion for the understanding to get involved. So, but thank you for the question.
Nice, ready? I read recently that you have a no Cylon clause in your contract. Is it true?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, that I can't be a Cylon?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, no. That I have never
I heard
said.
that you insisted.
No. I would be a Cylon tomorrow. Because you got to realize what this is all about. Being a Cylon is really part of us. So it's really trying to come together with something that, as you see, that's why the show is so great. It really is. I mean, I don't know when it'll happen, but I know that it will. When the Muslim, the Catholic, well, the Protestant, the Jew, religiously speaking, culturally speaking, when humankind will look at each other and say we are all the same. We have a big problem in this planet. This is the last question. The biggest problem is this. There is no such thing as an Caucasian race. There's no such thing as an African race, or a Latino race, or an Asian race, or an indigenous race. You know that, but we've come to terms of thinking that it's okay to say that there are different races. 600 years ago is when that started. And it started for one reason. It started so it'd be easier for you to kill me and me to kill you, because we're different races. But we all know, and it's a truth, there's only one race, and that's the human race, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for having us.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding.